All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Moonhawk Studios Presents. I'm your host, Mac Paladin, back from sorta hiatus. I showed up surprise at the last minute last week while taking a break in the Quick Trip parking lot, which seems to be a recurring theme. With me in the studio, as always, is my good friend Adam.
Your life is a very harrowing thing.
Yes, just ask my cats.
Right. Also, Kevin has been replaced by a standee of himself until later in the broadcast.
I see. I didn't see any icon for him, so no Kevin till later in the broadcast. Petty fan on the technicals.
Things aren't burning, I swear.
That remains to be seen. And as colorful as always, the Golics.
I haven't managed to discorporate yet.
Did you get a word a day calendar?
Isn't it technically disincorporate?
Whichever.
Yeah.
One of those
I
little
use this
words.
shit, it's gone.
Discorporate is for when you're like removing yourself from your body, I think.
In the immortal words of Harry Doyle. Post show is brought to you in part tonight by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it. We have a great show for you tonight. But before we get to the meat of the matter, let's get to the news. Adam, lead us off.
It's been a week. Mainly because my mother has been dealing with a rather severe infection. Cellulitis. She contracted that in one of her lower legs / foot, and that's been an ordeal.
I've had that. Topical steroids and shots. It sucks.
Hers isn't that bad. Right now she's just on antibiotics, and it's been helping. She's been getting better. She's able to be ambulatory without a walker now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So, that being said, still not quite ready to drive yet. So I got to go pick her up and take her down to the urgent care again to get a prescription refill, which honestly is better than the other follow-up option. That was getting it at the ER.
Oh boy. So, 7 hours later.
Indeed. And that's been my news for the week. So I think that is enough.
All right.
Well, I guess in better news, we have fixed your audio problems.
Yes. Got the new filter, found the right volume adjustment settings. So looks like everything's back, back to normal, so to speak.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
No more fan interference. No more sitting a mile back from the microphone.
No more peeking the hell out of OBS.
Yeah. So, anyway, Hetty, it's your go.
My week is mostly consisted of making sure the upstairs is ready for my new little kitten, Soul. He comes home Saturday, and I cannot wait. So I've never had a boy cat before. So, and he's about 9 weeks old. So it's going to be a while before, any of the boy cat problems start showing up.
Be sure to take him
at about
to the
6 months. You'll be finding at about 6 months you'll be finding surprises behind your desk. Like, why does it smell like burnt tar in here?
Yeah. We have had a boy cat before, but Reed's a little special. Bro has 2 brain cells fighting for 3rd place. He's gray, but if you would have told me he's an orange cat, I'd believe you.
Orange cats are just nuts. They're not. They're not mentally challenged.
Mm.
Notice that I didn't get myself canceled.
Yeah, I was like, I'm over here looking at my kill switch like, oh, fuck.
Well,
You're
I
the
don't know,
reason.
with the Gen Zers throwing all that crap around on X these days. I doubt there's anything I could say that would get me canceled now.
I get that, but at the same time, your current company as well.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
need
well,
to spend time in less
toothy
horrible
grin.
space.
But yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
say what you will about Blue Sky, but at least I don't have to put up with that there.
Well, I mean, anytime somebody drops the R slur, it's an auto block.
But yeah, it is kind of funny though, the foster who is basically helping with Soul. I'm one of the few people who she's not gonna do a contract with, because usually she's like, they stay relatively inside, no declawing, stuff like that. It's like, yeah, no, I've seen how. Because she helped us take care of Luna near the end, and she's like, yeah, no, I see how good you are with cats. You come get Soul when you're ready. So that is kind of funny. My sister also they found another cat who was pregnant. She had kittens, and Lulu, my sister, seems to have fallen in love with one of that. They think it's a boy. They're still too young to, the parts to be prominent enough to see what they are yet. So Soul may be getting a little friend in a few weeks. We're not sure on that yet, though. I do have Soul's harness, because for being only 9 weeks old, he is fairly large for a kitten. So and he is very food motivated. So I'm going to need to see about taking him on walks every so often to help with that. So I have him a little harness, so we can, do a little bit of walks in like the evening or whatever, when it's not so damn hot. Because the Midwest is having another heat wave, and I hate it, especially because we still don't have our pool. But yeah, other than that, it's been fairly quiet. Just been cleaning stuff up, making sure wherever Soul can get into, he's not going to hurt himself. So like we've clipped some like broken off springs from inside the couch that aren't holding anything anymore. Made sure the oven, while he can get back there, he can't get up inside the oven itself and scalp himself off any of the sheet metal in there. Reaffixing the grill for the fridge, so we can't try and crawl under that. Also looking around to see who does like the kitten shots, ideally on a Saturday, and I think we found a place. So that's probably going to be next Saturday trip, is take little man to the vet and, kitten checkup stuff and get him shots and see if he's good enough for flea treating. Because that's definitely not something we want to deal with, is fleas on a kitten too small to be flea treated.
Strawberry Suave shampoo.
Oh, we have Dawn dish soap.
Strawberry Suave is, if for some reason any strawberry shampoo works miracles on fleas and keeps them away. For some reason, fleas do not like strawberry shampoo at all, and they die instantly.
I think my
And
sister is
it's not as
allergic
harmful to the
to
cat.
some of the strawberry like things that they use. My sister is like pretty allergic to them. That's why we don't typically use it in the house.
Ah,
Well,
that is definitely a thing.
Yeah, but I know Dawn dish soap works very well, just like the classic blue Dawn dish soap.
Yep. Well, I
And
mean, it's somewhat gentle. It is somewhat gentler than most dishwashing liquids.
yeah, so that's what we're probably going to use since we already have it, and we don't have to worry about any allergies when it comes to that. But yeah, definitely gonna. I probably am gonna bathe him later in the week, give him a few days to get used to being in the house. I'm worried about Noise in him just because Noise wasn't socialized well and still swats the other cats sometimes, even after living here 9
Oh boy.
years.
Whoops.
She was abused by the person who had her last, and I think she might have been an only cat. So, though, funny thing with Noise, she is turning into an iPad baby. I
Did you find the cat videos for her?
no, I've been watching live streams in YouTube in the front room because that's where the AC is on my Raspberry Pi. And Noise likes to enjoy them too. Well, yesterday I was a little late getting upstairs. So I come up and Noise greets me at the stairs meowing and I'm thinking, "Oh, she's hungry," or "Oh, she needs water." So I follow her to wherever she wants to take me because usually she points out what she needs. She took me to the TV and started meowing at it like, "Human, turn it on." I turned the TV on and she curls up on the couch. So I think my cat might be an iPad baby. So yeah, that's
Oh boy.
hilarious. But yeah, other than that, not really a whole lot going on.
All right. Alex, you're up.
Well, we had a special thing at work today because one of our employees was getting married, so we went out. We for her bridal shower, we went out to. We took a boat out to one of the islands out in Casco Bay and had a nice dinner. So that was nice, or late lunch, early dinner. Let's see. This is the last full week of me being in charge of the house because my parents are coming back next Tuesday. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of W Place, but I've been messing around with that a bit.
I've
Trying
heard of
some
it
stuff.
in the last week.
Yeah, it's a map you do sprite art on basically. So I've mostly been doing like little Pokemon sprites and stuff around places. Let's see. Um, Pursuant to what we were just talking about on Fragments, I downloaded the Dragon Drive, the wheelchair basketball tech demo game for the Switch 2, and tried that out, which was interesting. Although, other than that, I've also been the Scarlet and Violet shiny legendaries thing is now on Earth Deer, so I've been trying to do my share of those. Let's see what else. I don't know if there's much else interesting though. So I guess I will pass for now.
Well, as noted earlier, my life is always an adventure. And not the kind other people want to join me on. I have managed to, since the last time I was officially here, I've gotten my 2,000 watt pure sine wave inverter. I have a what else did I get? I got the wind turbine. It needs more cable, as always. Plus, I need to finish building my little bench gazebo in the backyard to mount it on. Otherwise, I won't get much wind past the oleander tree. Not the kind of thing I'll be able to put on the ground. But yeah, I got to get 50. I got to get 3 like 50-foot pieces of wire, because the way wind turbines work is, so solar is direct current, wind is alternating current. So we got a little AC/DC situation going on here.
Must resist the
Anyway.
riff.
Well, you know, with the lightning storms around here, I guess my equipment could be thunderstruck. And as always, with any construction project I'm doing, it is dirty deeds done dirt cheap. There, I did it for you. So yeah, so I've got it mostly assembled. I just need to, and it came with a charge controller, which has what's called an AC to DC rectifier built into it. So it converts it to DC power, so you don't, instantly set fire to your batteries. And then once I get that, that'll be 1,000 watts worth of extra power coming in that will be potentially 24/7. As opposed to the sunlight, which is only good for about 6 hours a day. But I'm of course of course that's relevant because I do need to guarantee that when Petty Fan and I do the main quest on Final Fantasy 14, because that's our upcoming thing, that I don't suddenly shut off.
Yeah. Oh, Ogre is down.
Oh, cool. Glad to hear it. We'll be able to catch up and reminisce.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
Like 2017 when he quit. I've tried talking to him about stuff since, about doing like game shows and stuff like that, where we play video games that are of interest to him and collaborations, and he's never responded to any of it. Although Petty Fan did point out that Ogre has a tendency to kind of ADHD prioritize things, is a polite way of putting it.
I think I've spoken to Naka sooner than I've spoken to Ogre.
Also,
I've
he's
attended
not
Naka's
on
stream.
shows all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, but just the once in a while collab or shout out on TwitX or something, just we haven't really been able to connect for the last 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I have attended Naka's streams. Naka has been doing reskinning of Doom, which was kind of fun.
He got really into the game Hurl for a bit there. Like,
yeah, so haven't really talked about haven't really talked about Naka coming back for like a guest hurrah.
I mean, we've done it on Fragments a number of times. So
we'll have to talk to Naka again.
Yeah, he's open to it. So it's just I don't think he's working on anything that we haven't talked about yet.
Mm-hmm.
Or talked about before. Anyway.
Well, that's why we'll have to talk about long plays again.
Oh God. Yeah, he's also got a new Chocobo avatar, Nakabo. It's blue.
Well, there you go. So yeah, we'll have to talk to Naka and Ogre about coming back as a dynamic duo for at least a one-shot hurrah. Catch up with them, talk about what they're doing, but Ogre Petty Fan and I will be doing Final Fantasy 14 sometime in September is the target. I need to get 2 more batteries for my main array so that I have a total of 7, which will give me 3,200 watts of storage. I need to get a second lithium-ion battery for my secondary array. So I bought that one as a sample to see if it was any good, and it's been really good at running like my bathroom fan and the lights above my vanity and my air purifier and fans and a whole bunch of other stuff, but it only lasts for about 3 hours. So I figure if I get the second one, and because I was talking to a person who actually used to work in solar, and I told him, I said, when it's at peak, I'm getting like 27.8 amps on the charge controller, and he was like, oh wow, that's really good. You got plenty of power coming in. You just need storage now. And I'm like, okay, because I've got those big industrial solar panels in my backyard. I actually found a bed frame that I'm going to attach 2x4s to and make a proper solar rack.
Mm-hmm.
Found a king size bed frame, so it's not. Yeah, I mean, actual solar mounting racks, like if you're going to put them on the ground, are not a whole hell of a lot different. They're usually just like I had one in my shopping cart from Vivor that was about $117, and it's aluminum. And if you just rest them on the L-shaped part, and then put them at an angle, like if I get some 2x4s and put and cut them into like 2 6 and 2 4-foot lengths, so I have the proper angle, then I should be able to mount that and then dismantle the Frankenstein nonsense that I have to make it more stable and more aesthetically appealing and take up less space. Because like I'm using pallets and sawhorses and random pieces of wood. I'm sure that wouldn't pass inspection. So, and then I'll mount the wind turbine on the roof of my little bench gazebo that I'm building, and I should be all set. And then I'll have power to run because the computer I need to use is a Ryzen 5 3500X. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. It's got an RTX 2080 Ti graphics card. Petty, you've been telling me that the specs of Final Fantasy IV have changed in the last 12 years.
Yep. They did it for the release of Dawn Trail. They've redone the lighting and modeling and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're basically doubling the system requirements. Have fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's hanging on there like World of Warcraft in that 14 has a lot more longevity. We were discussing the possibility of doing 11, and everybody's like, no.
Yeah. It's
And I'm like, but I got all the packs. I'll have to find a crew for that because I do want to do a main game playthrough of Final Fantasy 11, but I'm not going to force our existing crew to endure it.
yeah, that one
I
you're
mean, you
gonna
can
need to
watch
come
and
with
make
your
fun
own
of me.
homies, but like,
Well, you can watch and make fun of me, I suppose. That's always a fun thing to do. We'll put that on the list of most reviled Final Fantasy games still playable. I remembered that I have to add Dirge of Cerberus to that list of Final Fantasy games that are either too obscure for the babies to remember, or and I found out that Bookman's is selling the damn thing for $50 a copy. I mean, Christ, I bought it 12 years ago for $7, and then I sold it like a jackass, even though I hadn't completed it. So I'm kind of annoyed by that, but it's on the list. So things to contemplate. Other than that, once I get this whole battery situation figured out, I'm going to be doing some stuff with the websites and yada yada yada. You know the rest. I natter about it on every stream. So without too much further ado, let's get to the guest. Tonight we have on the podcast Midnight Coffee of High Strangeness. Hello.
Hi, Strangeness. Yeah, it's the webcomic I make. It is a surreal horror road trip comic about broken people traveling on a broken road through liminal spaces. It's got cryptids, it's got aliens, and it's got creeping existential dread.
Ah,
It's a fun time.
nice. Hello, Chaos, my old friend. See, and I had this whole spiel prepared, but you were prepared. You jumped right in there. I was gonna say, tell us about what you do and your preferred pronouns and whatever you like, whatever you'd like people to know about you.
Sorry, jump the
And
gun
now
a little bit
that
there.
whole script is just like out the window. I don't even have like a booklet to dramatically throw out my car window right now.
Throw your phone. Don't actually
Yeah.
throw your phone.
Yeah, can we
But
get like
aside from the
fully?
webcomic, well, I mean, aside from the webcomic, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you like to do?
I mean, these days I mostly do just work on the webcomic. That is the thing about webcomics that they don't tell you is they do sort of just become your life if you
It's a lot
decide
of
to,
freaking work.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to make a website, you got to draw everything, you got to write everything. I have a big old conspiracy board in my office where I plot out every chapter.
Does
It's
it use red thread?
It does in fact use red thread. I introduced red thread to it a couple weeks ago when I realized I needed to rearrange some chapters. So
See, now
yes,
we're
it
getting
is
to the
just
good
looking
stuff.
increasingly deranged. The only thing it's really missing is Polaroid photos with big red circles on them. But I'm sure that'll happen at some point.
You gotta like superimpose your avatar head onto the body of the guy from Workaholics. You know the meme. And you're like, I'm telling you, it's right here.
Or doing the soy point.
It's much more Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I'm looking for Pepe Sylvia.
Mm.
But
All
yeah,
right.
aside from that, this weekend I am doing the first session of a Kane TTRPG campaign. So I'm excited for that. Been working on that. And that's been like a lot of my life recently. I'm unfortunately pretty boring because that is the life of a webcomicer.
You're talking to a person who has created Starship Moonhawk, The Lavenders, Peppermint Saga Blue Gray Rhapsody, Ship in a Bottle, Frilly Pink. What was the other one? What was the other one I was working? Oh yeah, the Pink Panties Productions lore comic for my VTubing career.
You know the struggle.
Oh,
What?
that's not even talking about the collaborations that we don't speak about anymore.
Right. Because those people are
Lavenders.
dead to me. Yeah. Yeah, those people are dead to me. They've betrayed me for the last time. Anyway, well, chaos is our brand around here, but Adam likes to do barely controlled chaos, so I'm going to turn things over to him for a minute. Adam?
I mean, I guess that's one way of putting it. But I suppose. Well, I suppose we should.
I mean, you do
start
like
with-
nailing Jello to the wall.
I like structure. It helps, form an actual interview. Anyway,
And you're past the days of chain smoking, so.
anyway, so I suppose the question that jumps out here is why? Why did you want to make this webcomic?
So back in the day for work, I did a fair bit of driving solo up and down the country. And there's definitely like a specific vibe to just kind of traveling America's highways at night. and I kind of wanted to just capture that feeling. I've also always just been very passionate about webcomics and wanted to try my hand at finally doing, like, being on the other end of that, because I've, read thousands, but, the actual making of a webcomic, that's its own adventure. So this whole thing has been sort of like an experiment for me, and I've been trying to kind of approach it from that angle of, like, I'm basically using the comic as a means of doing what I want to do. Like, just it's a creative outlet. If other people like it, that's great, but trying to do it for me, you know?
I think that's one of the advantages a webcomic has over so many other mediums is they can afford that sort of storytelling
Yeah, no, it's
much more than say developing a game or any sort even a YouTube video. Well, I suppose that depends on the level of quality, but you know,
yeah, as
but
like a solo creator on the thing, if I decide to, radically change the art style or rewrite an entire chapter or something, the only person I'm, like, beholden to is myself. Unfortunately, like, I'm a pretty strict boss, but I
Mm.
do, let myself explore a little bit with that. So, even just in the
Well, I mean,
first,
yeah, change the art style and lose 1,000 followers overnight. But
yeah,
it's not like you're
everybody's
speaking
like, I
from
don't like
experience.
this. Oh yes, they're like, this is different. I don't like things that are different.
yeah, but I mean,
I've been through a lot of artists.
yes. It's that's why I try to not worry too much about the numbers, because the numbers will absolutely drive you crazy if you try to look at it too hard. Um, and yeah, I'm just kind of like, I want to, I want to do the shading this way for the next 6 pages and then decide I hate that. And yeah, webcomics, especially solo webcomic, I don't have like an assistant writer or someone else helping me with the art or anything. I kind of do just have the freedom to just do that, which is exciting and a little bit scary.
No doubt. Um, and yeah, that does also, relatively speaking, increase the burden. Since how long does it take you to make a page of your webcomic?
Uh, I couldn't give it to you in like hours, but I can normally get like a page and a half done a week. Um, from like from thumbnail to inking to color to text. I can normally get through an entire page and then start on the next page for the next week, which helps me maintain a buffer for, weeks when I can't do that. But at this point, I have a pretty good workflow for that.
Well, that's always good. Um, and it sounds like that's a nice balance. At least that's the impression I get. Not doing too little, but also not doing too much.
Yeah, I mean, I still have a day job, so it's not like I can dedicate all of my time to the comic. But it allows me to have a little bit of a life outside of the comic itself and still make at least one page a week, which is kind of my goal for like bare minimum updates, is just always hit that one page a week.
Yeah. I mean, we've known webcomic artists that shoot for like 2 to 3 updates a week, which is a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen some that are like 5 times a week, and I don't know how those people survive.
I can tell you the answer is usually they're dedicated full time to the webcomic and they've got a staff.
Yeah.
Like,
See my interminable hiatuses.
yeah, and like,
My last artist died.
Well, that will certainly slow down the process.
Yeah, I had this wonderful young lady from Argentina that was working on it, and she got COVID and did not make it.
That's awful. I'm sorry.
Yeah. My other last artist, well, that was foul treachery.
like, well, this got awkward.
Yeah, well, this is why collaboration in webcomics is difficult, especially for low or minimal pay. Is if people are doing it purely for credit or for glory, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you're going to end up acrimonious. So people who work on them solo, I admire that because that's how I used to be before I got caught up in the whole fame of this nonsense. Also being old. That's my personal cross to bear. I'm an elder ent of the webcomics realm.
So you're quick to remind us.
Anyway,
Yeah. So how long have you been working on your webcomic?
I'm trying to remember. I know I posted my first page September of last year, so we're approaching 1 year of posting it.
yep,
The
I found
initial
it on Webtoons.
idea has existed for probably a year before that, and I think I started working on it like maybe February of last year. So yeah, like a year and a half, I'd say.
So fairly new to the game, so to speak.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
But we're
And
approaching page 50.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's an exciting landmark.
how long is because I believe High Strangeness is still in what you're referring to as chapter 1, or is it chapter 2?
Chapter 1, but there was a chapter 0. The first 10 pages are chapter 0, and then the 40 pages after that are chapter 1. So chapter
That's
2
what.
is currently in progress. Chapter 1 is complete. It's just hasn't all been posted yet. And yeah, I'm excited for people to get to chapter 2 because it is a bit of a departure from chapter 1. We introduce a new character and it's a bit of a tone shift.
Surprised to see Spider Forest still in business.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. I recently was accepted into Spider Forest, which is it's a cool group. And it's very surreal, like just the whole experience of like, oh, people read my comic and then said, yeah, you can hang with us. Like that on its own was bizarre to me because I think I'm still like in this space where I don't think people actually read my comic. Like that seems fake to me. So it was a very pleasant surprise to be accepted into Spider Forest.
Did they
Yeah, they're
say
definitely
what
one
they
of the
liked?
stalwarts. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, well, did they say what they liked about your webcomic?
I didn't. You don't get to read your own critique if you get accepted. I don't believe so. I could request critique and get it that way. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to know, you know? I mean, like compliments would be great, but like,
I
you
mean,
know,
they accepted you into their collective, so clearly they like what you're doing here. So
yeah, I mean, that part is still very surreal to me. So I,
I
I
just wanted
suppose
to
that
clarify that I just wanted to clarify that I'm impressed, that a lot of these web rings are still around. I mean, Spider Forest really found its genesis, pardon the expression, because it was a lot of comic Genesis comics back in the day. It really found its genesis 20 years ago. So to have that kind of longevity is pretty impressive. So it's in my mind, it's kind of an elite group. So kudos for achieving that.
thank you. Yeah. And I do really like that it is basically still like a classic web ring. Like it is, banner ads at the top of every site with like, here's the other comics you can read, which yeah, that's the web comics I know. That's the web comics I grew up with is like, just follow a chain of links to your favorite sites, bookmark them all, RSS feed if you're feeling really fancy. I didn't grow up with like webtoons, that's a new thing to me and I don't trust it.
It's different. I don't like. See, I was on Drunk Duck and Smack Jeeves before their untimely demise.
Oh man, I think I had a page of a terrible comic on Smack Jeeves at one point.
Now, Drunk Duck, on the other hand, I was there during the dreaded Platinum Studios days.
Oh man, I don't know if I know
I'll
that
sit over
lore.
here in the corner, huh?
I don't know if I know that lore. I don't know if I know that drama.
We long ago we had DJ Kaufman on the show, and he was the creator of Hero by Night. And he was one of the creators that was contracted and betrayed by the Duck and Platinum Studios. Basically, they took his intellectual property and then made a bunch of money off of it, and then declared bankruptcy and stole everybody's IP.
Right, I remember hearing about that. Oh my god. Yeah, I between that and like it feels like every year there's some new controversy with like Webtoon doing the same thing with like their shady ass contracts. Oh, uh yeah,
That was
it's one
Mac.
of
I
the
think we're
reasons.
good.
Okay. It's one of those things where it's like that is the benefit of being solo and also like the benefit for Spider Forest is like they're very upfront that like they don't claim the rights to any of your stuff, which is like that's very important to me.
is Max still with us?
I think he is
He
switching
has
to his
been
other
leaving and rejoining.
account. Mac, everything
Anybody
okay?
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Although we're
god, your
getting
other one is
feedback like
echoing.
mad.
Okay. So I wasn't hearing you at all.
Weird.
So I was talking about the lore, and then all of a sudden I realized I might have been talking to myself for a minute there.
We're used to it.
Uh,
What was the last
yeah,
thing that you heard me say?
just what was it? Drunk Duck stealing everyone's rights for the
Yeah,
comics. Yeah,
yeah,
and I was just
they
saying
had all
like
these deals. Oh,
just like with webtoons, it feels like every year people find something in their contracts that is scary and weird and just the nice thing about Spider Forest is like they are very upfront that they don't claim rights over any of your stuff, which is important.
Yeah. I mean, that was the flip side of it was that these web rings and tokens were just groups of friends back in the day that helped each other find each other. Whereas when they went corpo, like Hiveworks and stuff like that, that's when things got dicey.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary out there to be like, to have a creative thing and want to get it out there, but not have it stolen from you because there are sharks in those waters,
Yep. Adam will help me reminisce fondly about Palace in the Sky.
There's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
The guy was like, yeah, and what we're going to do is we're going to take like G.I. Joe figures and stuff, and we're going to repaint them to look like your characters. And then we're going to sell merch. And it's like, and how am I going to get royalties out of this?
You wanted royalties?
That
like,
wasn't really a
I'm
word
keenly
that was
interested in
thrown
getting
around.
paid.
That wasn't a word that was really thrown around in those days.
Well, I just told, it's like I prefer to control my own merchandising, but thanks. If you could just actively promote our stuff instead of, self-aggrandizing, that would be awesome.
Is that what they did?
Let's not neglect the guest.
And I'm sorry, I was just interested in that story. That sounds like a thing.
It's one thing for us to inject an aside into the conversation that helps facilitate the conversation. It's another thing to dominate the conversation with our, trauma dumping.
Well, especially ancient past shit. Like,
well,
anyway.
I mean, it is relevant, though, for up-and-comers, though, because it does give you a clue what to watch out for.
I suppose so. But, like, the big web ring these days is, well, Webtoon.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They're more of a corpo website, though, like KeenSpot. They're not except they have
their
the
website, and they want to have some say.
Well, I mean, there's another bit of drama with them. The short version is a lot of content creators for Webtoon are upset that Disney is invading the space. Like,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, they've got like official Marvel comics and stuff on there now, I think is the last thing I heard.
Yeah, Marvel, Aliens and Predator, 20th Century Studios. I think Star Wars is there as well. And
the worst part is their house style recommendations are awful.
But like I said, that's bigger Webtoon drama, I suppose. Getting recentering back to high strangeness here. So where did you learn your artistic techniques to make the webcomic?
I just kind of started drawing. Like I always drew off and on, but like during the pandemic, I just kind of decided to really pick it up and kind of work with it. So it is definitely like a kind of recent thing for me, and I'm still definitely learning and picking up tricks as I go. But really, it was just kind of deciding to start drawing and, studying some other artists I liked and just kind of figuring out my own personal style and working from there.
And has that been an arduous process?
Oh yeah, I mean, nothing in art isn't, it's always slow and tedious and, hard work, but I don't know. I'm finally getting to a point where like I can draw something and be like, I like that. I like what that looks like. And the next week I'll hate it. But at least at this point, like I can draw something and be like, hey, I drew that.
I mean, it's a good ethos to have. Not. Let's see. How do I frame this? Not getting so caught up in the nuts and bolts of things.
Yeah, for the comic especially, I definitely go with like a looser look. Just because I got to put out a page every week. But even that is really good practice for just like, it not getting too precious with anything.
Hmm. And that makes sense. Like, and once again, like that's a good philosophy to have. Not, you know, not getting into a perfectionist death spiral, as I like to call it. It's like getting getting so caught up in this got to look this way, everything's got to look right, or it's not going out. And all of a sudden,
references, references Starship Moonhawk model sheets.
there's a lot of webcomic experience in this house.
Our entire first season of the show back in 2009, all 26 episodes, was interviewing different webcomic creators.
Yeah, until you.
That was interesting.
We still have webcomic artists on, not just new webcomic artists. More on that at the end of the show.
Yes.
But anyway, in terms of cast, is Grace supposed to be the main character or one of the characters? As in, is this an ensemble thing or is it her story?
I mean, she is one of the main characters in my picturing. It is an ensemble. There's like three main characters. Gray is the first of the main characters you're meeting. So chapter 0 and chapter 1 are all Gray's story. With supporting cast members, of course, but I am focusing on Gray first because hers is probably the most through line of all of them. But yeah, chapter 2 is going to be a different main character. And we'll still have like crossover and stuff. It's not an anthology, but there are multiple points of view in this comic.
Okay. And will the other two main characters be introduced like in their own chapters, or have we like seen them already in Gray's story?
No, they're going to be introduced in their own chapters. They'll each get an introductory chapter. It gets a little looser from there, but I did kind of want to give each their space to kind of show like their approach to the genre, because it is a bit of a tone shift with each POV of the comic. At least hopefully. We'll see if I can actually pull that off, but
I'm not sure if we can talk about that sort of thing since we're still in chapter 1 here. But like I suppose in generalities, like what sort of tone are you shooting for the three characters?
I think the best way to picture it is we've got Gray is like Silent Hill. Then you have another character who is Resident Evil. And then you have another character who is Prototype.
Prototype.
you know those games, you kind of know what I'm going for. So they're all, horror genre, but they're very different approaches, is kind of my take on it.
That makes sense. Given what I've seen so far in the webcomic. And shifting back to Gray, who is she? That can be talked about at this point in time.
She
Go ahead.
just yeah. So Gray is like a kind of the sort of character I tend to make when I'm just given a space to make a character, which is like, here's your sad wet puppy. Like here is a scrungly kind of messy character that is trying their best. If you want like a more specific plot focused description, Gray is someone who is hunting down aliens on this mysterious road. She is looking, she wants to believe, she's the Mulder of the story.
And that does bring me to another question. What is the road?
The road is without, giving too much away, because I do want people to have their own interpretations on this, but I do wear my inspiration somewhat on my sleeve. I mean, the comic starts with a works consumed page, which is just everything or some of my inspirations for the comic. But major inspirations are Roadside Picnic or Stalker, if you're familiar with either of those, as well as like Annihilation. I like when a mundane place is just kind of weird, like fundamentally at a base level, there is something off about an area that is on its surface aggressively normal. And the road is just a road, but it's weird, and weird things happen on the road. And it seems to move around across the country. People find themselves on the road, and they can be coming from anywhere. It is, yeah, I don't want to say too much, but it is a mundane weirdness.
That's definitely what I got from the diner. Those who haven't read it, the comic starts out in a very normal diner with Gray acting very unnormal. So, anyway, so how much of chapter 1 is there still left to tell at this stage in time?
So chapter 1 ends at page 50. I believe on the site we're up to page 48. So page 49 comes out tomorrow, and next week we'll have 50, and that will be the end of chapter 1. So we're kind of in the closing remarks section of the chapter. And then there's going to be a little break for some like guest art and for me to rebuild my buffer. And then next month we'll be starting chapter 2.
Like, that must be exciting.
It is very exciting. I'm happy I was able to end chapter 1 on page 50. And it should be at around the 1-year anniversary of the comic, which is kind of nice that that lined up like that. Yeah, it's I'll be really excited when we hit page 100, because to me that was always like if a webcomic made it to 100 pages, it was like, all right, cool. It's like established.
Well, I mean, you're 48% of the way there.
Yep.
Like,
Just got to survive another year of this.
I'm like, well, hopefully that will happen. Right. And I suppose my final question is, how long are you aiming to make this webcomic? Like, or rather, does it have a ending in mind, or is this just gonna keep going on and on indefinitely?
It does have an ending in mind. My original estimate was 300 pages, but seeing as we have spent 50 pages on chapter 1, I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. That was definitely me being like optimistic about how quickly, like how good at pacing I could be, because that is definitely something I am learning as I go, is how do you pace a webcomic?
Yeah, I think anyone who at the start of a story is sure about how long it's going to go, but they don't have like literally storyboards, I think they're probably going to be wrong.
Yeah. I have post-it notes for the whole plot. And when you're just looking at the post-it notes, it's really easy to be like, "Oh yeah, 300 pages will cover all of this." It absolutely will not. So, I'm hoping I can get it in 600, but who knows at this point. I do have the story plotted out. There is the outline and there is for at least a few chapters a script, but figuring out how many pages that is I have learned a fool's errand.
Sometimes that's the way we learn.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, so I think I've run through my gamut of questions. I'll see if the rest of the crew here have anything further for you.
I think I'm good.
I believe
I
I
think you
officially
covered it.
typed in when I had something.
I injected my chaos. This is not the Mac Paladin. This is not the Mac Paladin PTSD hour. This is Moonhawk Studios presents with the guest of the week that we are supposed to be paying all of our attention to. So
You can go scream in your corner during the video segment.
there were a couple of
But I
moments where I
learned
almost
some
ran out of the
great
car.
webcomic history.
Yes, see, yeah, I've been around since 1999, so
He's what you would call an old man.
yeah, 48 and a half. Still making
That's
webcomics
not
and being
old.
called a pervert on X.
I mean,
Because, you know,
well, these days that's almost a badge of pride.
Yeah.
right?
Except the fact that you're still posting on X regularly.
Well, you know,
Nobody's perfect.
the right wing trolls are starting to invade Blue Sky as well. Unfortunately,
God, they're everywhere.
Yeah, but at the very least, the Blue Sky has moderation tools.
Also a
So-
functioning block button.
Oh yeah.
A functioning
yeah.
block button and like a good only show me stuff from the people I'm actually following mode.
Yeah, because not only are the trolls showing up, the bots are starting to show up. Because I've gotten I've gotten a couple of posts where some bot is talking about the plight of Palestinian children, and I'm like, no. Like, I would help out if I thought you were real and, not a scam. So, yeah.
But what about the Epstein files?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Now that seems to be what everything that's perfect. Actually, the algorithm has improved in the last couple of months on X. I will say that. Also, weaponizing grok is a future sport for me.
Anyway,
using myself as a dislike button.
See, I just as soon not make the AI spend energy on stuff.
Anyway, Petty, do you have the video loaded up yet?
Oh yeah, it's ready. I should probably
Okay, well,
assume the position.
God damn. So let's do the proper thing here and transition this whole thing. Midnight, it was lovely speaking to you. Thank you for enduring our chaotic format. I hope you were able to share everything that you wanted to talk about to
Yeah,
potential fans and viewers and so on and so forth.
thank you for having me. Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Now, before we move
I
on to the
can
next
promote
segment,
myself. Just you can read High Strangeness on highstrangeness.com.
there it is. That answers that answer. Did you have any other like events or things that you wanted to promote, or something that you wanted to highlight before we move on?
Check out Spider Forest Collective. There's a ton of great comics on there, including High Strangeness. Other than that, that's all I've got to promote.
Okay. All right. Looks like Kevin's ready to jump in. Again, thank you for being on the show. You are welcome to stay with us and lampoon the video. But of course, if you are tired or have other things you must attend to, we will understand, because that is our standard mode of operation.
Yeah, I might have to step away, but thank you for having me.
All right. All right, that was Midnight Coffee of High Strangeness. Be sure to check it out on it's actually high-strangeness.com. I'm saying that out loud because our chat will not be translated over to YouTube, so
Yep.
be sure to check that out. I had to look it up because the webtoon was the thing that came up first, and that was not very helpful because it's not being updated anymore. Kevin's in the hizzy, and he's a little noisy.
Yeah, I got the fan on here. Sorry, guys.
All right. Any news you'd like to share before we get to the video commentary?
Well, the reason I skipped the news segment is because I don't really have much news, so
Fair
That
enough.
is okay.
figured why bother being here to say something for like no more than 30-45 seconds when I don't really have to. So
All right.
You know, you're always welcome to commentate on the guests and stuff.
yeah, I know. It's just
you're not here to be. You're not here to just be our entertainment pony.
I know. It's just I was dealing with other personal business, so then I'll leave it at
that's
that.
fine. That's fine. All right, so we got a stream to watch here. So let me open up that. Come on, God damn it! Touch the thing.
Must
Well,
resist.
Don't even comment.
Look, you give us the low balls, we're gonna take an aim and a strike.
Yeah, I give you the low balls. You're gonna swing for the bleachers. I got it.
If you put the ball on the tee, we're gonna hit it.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we are continuing on with our watch of Children of the Stones. Now on episode 4, Narrowing Circle.
More accurately, children of the I need to be stoned to watch this.
Narrowing circle meaning halfway home.
All right.
Alec!
I think
Sorry, I
the
had
music
to do
should
that.
be good.
I suppose
Just make sure the subtitles are on so I can properly mock this.
Well, assuming you actually get the correct subtitles and the British doesn't destroy them.
To be honest with you, the bullshit subtitles are much more entertaining than the actual dialogue.
Oh, they are. But if you're actually trying to follow this, it becomes hard when it gets broken by British.
Yeah.
I was excited over a bunch of rocks.
Don't tell a geologist that.
Huh.
Using that Cardinal Sin font again.
Oh God, yes.
It's all they had in the
There's a
70s.
I forget what the name for it is, but it is like it's actually the most Irish font, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's a very Celtic font. Ah! Oh well, now we're in
Sweet
hell.
mother
It
of
finally
God.
happened.
Some good old. Oh wait, I think we've seen this one.
Irish.
Yeah.
Do I have to invoke the no true Irishman trope?
Like, or
Girl,
No, they
quit
were-
banging your head.
Mac, if you try to invoke the no true Irishman trope, I think there are some Scottish people that will probably hit you over the head with the "don't confuse the Irish and the Scottish" joke.
You see that
Or
man?
you might get a claymore to the back of your skull.
That's Tom Brown.
Uh-huh.
The farmer invited Dr. Niall and me for supper the night we were all newcomers, remember?
I remember.
I know Mr. Browning. He's
there is no way to make Morris dancing look dignified.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the point.
Especially in this scenario.
He said they were an anachronism.
Did you say Norse? It's Celtic.
He's obviously changed his mind. He's having the time of his life.
Yeah, that's a question. That's a raise your eyebrow. See that fake smut glint? Oh Lord.
Flower power.
They got him.
He's gone from
Well,
being
shit.
one of the children of the stones to being one of the children of the corn.
What the hell?
The fuck is going on?
That smile on his face. What the hell is that? Frazier, what you doing here?
I mean, I can answer the question. There is something going on.
Yeah, there is something going on.
It was one quid Bill Nighy in a double-breasted suit.
Get out.
Nice.
day to each other instead of good morning. What's so terrible about that?
You're talking
Happy
about the
day.
suit.
That sounds completely normal and not
An epidemic. It doesn't appear to be
untoward.
Epidemic, I'll say.
Well, if we don't
That's
find
exactly what this show needed was more herringbone.
I mean, if it's as bad as that, why not just pack up and leave?
I need this job. Sandra's at school here.
And you, Brick? I've got an awful lot of work.
Can we
to do,
get that
so I
jacket
can't
in
stop
tweed?
this now.
No, you need to
Yeah,
wait
it's
like
like I've
15
done too
years
much
for
work
that.
here.
I'm like,
Now what?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Crabtree.
I've made another chocolate cake, Master Matthew.
Oh man.
it wouldn't be a
Who's-
British series
Master
without tea
Matthew.
time at some
Okay.
point.
Creeps.
Me too.
Oh, I'll say.
Chocolate cakes.
So I'm guessing the chocolate
Yeah,
cake is
shut up.
drugged.
After living in the village for a short while, people change. How and why?
Well, there's one thing.
Okay,
Families
how can it be
have
tea
together.
time without
I
the
mean,
tea?
Jimmo and his father, whatever happened to them at the same
But you can't
time.
make tea out of rocks. Wait.
It's almost as if
Go on.
What?
Probably try.
Go on.
There's no tea in rock. Wait.
As if it were all planned.
yes, plan,
Yes. Plan.
no proof, just emotional reaction to unspecified data.
I don't think Garignac was the pig lizard.
Or by what?
Ah, now that is a can of beans.
Yes, and until it's fully open, I suggest we...
That is a can of...
Go around with
It
our eyes
opens.
cool our
Wow, you
intentions.
actually carried through that thing through to the end.
Tell us why they behave as they do. If indeed,
I love how her tie makes it look like she's got a dragonfly hanging around her neck.
possible sources. Two other people not affected by this phenomenon. There's Hendrik and that poacher friend of yours, Matt.
Di? I know why Di's immune.
Why?
He lives at the sanctuary. He says that he's safe there. And Hendrik's house is
He's
the same
also
as the neighbour's
drinking
place.
goat's blood for some
Perhaps they give him the same sort of protection. I feel hope.
Hendrik asked us to dinner tonight.
Summoned
Henry glasses for dinner tonight? Okay.
Detective work for us.
Interesting.
That's the pity. I had to turn him down. Yes, don't spread it around, but I've got to go back and see
Mr.
those-
Drummond, what are you doing on that side of the pond?
Wants me to go back and give her a checkup. It's over 30 miles away.
That is a pity.
I'm only too glad to go.
Oh no, they used miles.
But someone actually needs me.
I mean, it's the UK, bro.
I
Yeah, the-
know.
I told you. apart
Literally the inventors of the imperial system.
exercise in the past month.
And they never fully got rid of it.
55 patients. And I'm probably more sick than anyone of them.
I'd buy that for 1 quid.
Do me good
Yeah,
to be
the
out of
unexpected part is that in Britain there are a lot of
Kevin,
distance in miles.
Okay, can he spend some quid on a new suit? That one's hurting my eyes.
Hey, that's the height of style for 1977.
What the heck?
The glove's on fire.
Oh, God. The glove is cursed? Oh, Jesus.
Or just
The yogurt is
Sell
also
that move.
Uh,
No, but seriously, we need more herringbone.
I think there might have been some of them CIA drugs on that glove.
or something. Jeez.
Yes, it is. But as Lord of the Manor, he's responsible.
Let me strike a pose.
That is the most modern suit in this entire freaking show.
Well, I hope you're impressed. With what?
at least someone consulted a fashionista.
Yeah. Well, someone went to Men's Warehouse. Shit.
Nevertheless, our villagers really enjoyed it. To tell you a secret, Wicker Stade was only an
I mean, this show was made in the 70s, so.
On any day of the year, there's always some old festival.
Blair bell bottoms were in vogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of 70s fashions, we could do a lot worse.
Although the old girl over here has got those bell bottoms down flat. Good lord. She got that classic shit right there. Goodness.
You're right, Adam. They could be orange flare bell bottom pants.
Yeah.
I like how our commentaries often delve into critiques of fashion. Not sure what that says about us.
No, well, I have a certain position to maintain. Sounds pompous.
Well, I stopped caring about the plot 2 episodes ago, so.
Well, I'm waiting for the plot to get back here. It will show up at some point, but this is what happens when you have to stretch something to 7 episodes.
Yeah.
This could have been an email. The fuck's an email?
This hit is the color of green trees.
The ley lines form a sort of protective
The ley
There's your
line.
The
Oakland.
dude man doesn't know what you're talking about.
If
Or maybe
I'm just saying, there's your Oakland A Jenny Kavnar reference for the day.
I think if
ley
Bro's
lines.
eyes glassed over anymore, they would be actual glass at this point.
The next few days, I'm way behind schedule.
ley lines. Now I'm reminded of the British tour guide that took us to Stonehenge.
Oh.
Milbury's call.
Huh.
He's wrong.
Why?
I do know how lucky I am.
Oh,
Gonna
you.
shag.
Calm down, sir.
Yeah, that is a remark of somebody who's getting
I'm
laid
gonna
to
be.
me.
Yeah. I'm gonna be up to my eyeballs in work, and then you talk about having sex. Uh huh. Sure, Chief.
And
I'm
all of a
going to be up
sudden,
to something in work.
Meanwhile.
yeah, all of a sudden Igor's here.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, must get
Turn
that
off-
goat's blood.
Where's Esmeralda?
The hell? Okay. Okay, now you're blowing it? Okay, what you want?
Fire?
That's how you.
The smoke
that-
signal,
yeah.
I guess. I don't know what he's doing. I guess was what he's doing. Oh, no.
That's
he's just
how
making
you
Probably.
start a fire, Kevin.
Probably to
Yeah.
cook something.
Yeah?
He's
like it.
using himself as a human bellows to stoke the fire. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Bah. Oh no.
Oh, he's rolling the
divine-
bones.
He's divining
Yeah.
with chicken bones.
No, literally, the bones don't lie.
Mm,
Prophecies and shit.
yeah. Oh, boy.
You do have to be impressed with the amount and variety of ho hokum on display here.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta get a Willow reference in here. Let us consult the bones. The bones tell nothing.
I like how whenever this
Divine
dude speaks,
serpent?
the
Okay.
fucking
Oh, boy.
the fucking captions just say no.
Uh-oh. The druidic wailing is intensifying. That
Yeah,
means
that's why he
bad
closing
things
up the door.
Lick 'em, bro.
Black gloves covered in battery acid.
Okay, what is this shirt? Can we even call it a shirt? Where are your
Yeah,
sleeves?
it's a tank top.
It's a tank top.
Yeah.
It's almost not. Like, he's got shirt sleevings going on
It's
here.
a tank top.
I'm having a Happy Days flashback here.
In what way?
Yeah.
Full of stuff.
It's a sleeveless shirt or something,
Are they plastic
or
leather?
really short sleeved.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing a character would wear on Happy Days.
Yeah.
It's not quite a tank top because you don't have any sleeves at all. The tank top.
Yeah.
Also, why did he dress as part of the furniture set here? Like, why is your shirt so brown?
It's called camouflage, Adam.
Yeah, he could blend in with this fucking decor, couldn't he?
Look, I got the glove on. Now I'm playing with power.
It's so bad.
See what?
Bro is currently going through it.
Oh God.
What's he doing?
Somebody just laced gloves with LSD.
Huh.
That way they don't have. That way the actors don't actually have to sell it.
With Kevin?
Alone.
They're tripping. It's for real.
Only these actors could do, given the performances on display here. A lot of stiff upper lips.
He's pleased.
Pleased? Well, how do you...
He's happy.
I'm inside his head.
Invest in rhinoplasty.
You're not inside his head. You're just seeing freaking
He's driving towards
seeing
London,
live footage coming from a freaking
towards the edge of
camera.
the circle.
Same image that we saw 10 minutes ago.
If I squish my face really hard, it'll look like I'm concentrating.
Very puzzled.
Something wrong with the engine? The car, perhaps?
Something in front of him. Something blocking the way.
Uh-oh.
The picture's fading.
It's most puzzling. 500 or 1,000 pieces.
And he's dead.
God damn it.
Hadn't gotten to this part yet, so we have to keep things vague.
Oh, Matt, was all that for real? Did you really see that?
Are you for real, bro?
You saw it?
Shut the fuck up, Dad.
Psychometry.
Look, kids, not everybody can be William Shatner.
To the vibrations of inanimate objects.
Psychometry.
Feelings, ideas, and images from them.
Hey, look, I said the Hohokum was very diverse.
Very.
He's never demonstrated his talent before.
Discovered it here in the village.
I think the scariest part is HHS is promoting this shit as viable science things.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Possible it was caused by the
I mean, you say that.
Rock I can understand, but magnetism in a glove?
Yeah.
I mean,
This
Leather.
series endorsed by RFK Jr.
you do know you can load a glove up with, like, iron, right?
Yeah.
It does take some
Or, you know, you have those weird rocks that could easily have left dust on or in the glove.
Suppose it did all happen, just as Matt described.
Yeah, but if he puts his lips to the glove, it's like licking the frog.
You don't lick frogs?
Meanwhile, that's a good. Oh, that's nice protection there. I think. What we're gonna see here?
Stop ruining the ancient burial site.
You're not
Oh,
my
no, it's
dad.
Oh, he's just sleeping. Okay.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
maybe
call
he's
that
not.
sleeping. I'd call that a
No.
crash out.
Yeah.
We
That's
call
a crash
we
out,
call
yes.
that the William Wyndham effect.
Mm,
Now, I think this is the sleep with one eye open that
yeah.
Enter Sandman was talking about.
clutching his metal tight.
Metal or rock? I can't tell.
It's an amulet.
Amulet. I meant medal. You know.
I think David
Oh,
Tennant
come on,
and
the
Michael Sheehan
guitar's
should
not that
remake
bad.
the series.
Or maybe it's the.
I think David-
that's what he's doing. Yeah.
I think David Tennant and Michael Sheehan should remake the series.
I'm digging up bones.
You know, now that their run on Good Omens is over.
But after they left, I realized I'd seen one exactly like it.
Some of the things better left alone.
A barber surgeon, crushed to death by the falling Saracens. These fragments were found by his body.
What was that whole touch the skull maneuver?
No, but another important plot point just showed up.
Uh huh.
The Necronomicon. I knew the Necronomicon was going to appear at some point.
Leave me alone, kids. I'm having what the kids in the 2020s will call a crash out.
You're lucky this is pretty stranger danger, because this is exactly the kind of bum that those things warned about.
Yeah.
Kotos, Aratu, Nick. I said your damn words. Sorta.
Reading this.
I don't see Gort anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not that guy.
Give me some sugar, baby.
No.
Not while the kids are on screen.
No. That was just bad, unfortunate timing.
Oh, he knows. Oh boy. He knows there's something wrong with him.
He knows
Oh,
that
boy.
you know that he knows. You know?
What you mean?
Especially when you talk like
Oh,
that.
About yesterday.
Stab him in the
Give us
throat.
the amulet die. Give it to me.
There's more actual butter in this episode than a parquet commercial.
You listening to Matthew? Are you listening to the sound of his voice?
Look, there's a non-zero chance that he's.
Ooh.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, now you broke a valuable
Look at
article.
that face!
Lock him in. Lock him in. Lock him in.
Wait, it's only the end of part 1? Wow, okay. Part 2.
Jesus Christ.
At least we're not playing things good. Thank goodness you're here.
Remaining. 53 ley lines passing through the village. Invisible power cables.
Don't tell me you're becoming to believe in it all.
Oh, more butterface than a Land O'Lakes commercial.
As a rule, yes. I've learned something since coming to Milbury. There are more things in heaven and earth than are philosophized about in my dreams.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, basically shit's been going down here and I can't help but believe in it.
Any significance in the number?
I don't know.
Tut cheerio.
Sacred numbers. Then of course so was 7. 53.
Something?
There's the cups of tea I was expecting.
But before you and Matthew came,
A little bit more modern than I thought.
53 inhabitants.
Now there are 55.
There's more milk than tea in here. Who the fuck makes tea like this?
Dr. Lyle.
British.
Oh, you're alive.
I was trying to get hold of you.
Oh, not professionally.
Exciting getting mail action.
You sound like a detective.
The tea-flavored milkshake.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Coffee.
Tea-flavored Baileys. Wait, no, hold on.
Whoa.
Did you go and see your patient 30-odd miles away?
Yes.
And nothing happened on the way?
Nothing.
Hey, this
I
is the
ran
episode-
over a small child. It's fine.
Any reason why it should.
This is the
Special
episode
guest star
of-
Warren Buffett.
the obvious double talk.
He thought that he could feel what was happening.
Special guest star Warren Buffett.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Through these, you left them behind.
Oh, thank. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Psychometry.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Yes, I have heard of that.
Commentary.
So
Oh.
Matt's a budding psychometrist.
Now we're getting somewhere.
He's sure you stopped at the edge of the circle.
Where's Dan Aykroyd when you need him?
Bring your way.
Something in the road, you mean?
Yes,
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
well, I'm rather.
It's okay. Our expectations weren't high.
Bit awkward telling him no.
There's a nah, I mean, he's probably, he might be just saying that.
Ugh.
Sorry,
What
I
these
can't-
guys wouldn't give for a PKE meter right now.
Happy day to you.
Happy day.
I'm surprised they haven't busted out a divining rod yet.
Yeah, well, you gave it away by saying happy day, sir.
Be seeing you.
The world.
We need to measure psychokinetic energy.
I'm just so proud to be here. Meanwhile, you are acting suspicious. Look at
More
him.
ugly shirts.
Yeah. Well, at least it's less ugly than this last one, I guess.
Still.
Turn up the Star Wars.
This is where Rowling got that scene from Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, a dragon showed up.
Mrs. Crabtree,
What are you doing here? Why aren't you at school?
where's my father, Mrs. Crabtree?
A bug turned into a stone statue for some
I've
reason.
just come from them.
Oh, a character named Crabtree, and she's elderly?
He did indeed.
Oh boy.
What was it you saw at the edge of the circle?
I saw an open road.
You didn't stop at all.
I'm afraid not.
You were so clear.
Perhaps I'd better have another look at that cracked head of yours.
No. No, thanks.
Oh, thanks, I've got me own.
Look at that smile he made.
Wait for me.
Yeah, that's a smile that should land that guy in
No.
prison.
Well, you say no, but you're going to him.
Got to school. I'm sure Miss Keg will be happy. See.
Like, no means no, bro.
What's going on? Yeah, it's like everybody that you two now figured it out, I guess. Okay.
Do you think he's been got at? I knew it. Good enough for me. But how? What was the doctor doing?
Look, it's a millstone.
Mrs. Crabtree? Right, that's one thing you wouldn't have done yesterday.
It's not really a joke, it's just a statement of fact.
Don't. Yeah. Bloody hell, these people are idiots.
Basically, everything is telling you to get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Run
Yes!
faster. Keep running.
Get the fuck out of there.
It's been up for years. But why? Because there's no vicar, no priest. There hasn't been one for ages. That's odd.
We gotta get the vicar.
It's one of those old churches where the priest is appointed by the lord of the manor.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Hello, girl, right there, woman that's listening.
That's not for sale.
Oh, but it was on the rack.
My mistake. It's not for sale.
Well, why not?
Oh, really?
That's not suspicious in the least.
Jeez, don't give me this. Like goodness. Just let everybody
Serpent that
know.
consumes its own tail. I've never heard of the Ouroboros. I mean,
Wait.
Would X mark the spot?
Yes.
It's impossible.
X gonna give it to you. Wait.
The barber surgeon was found crashed to death by assassins. That must be the stone we saw then. No, why not? Because it was removed.
let's consult the bones again.
And re-erected inside the circle. There is nothing there.
Uh-huh.
What we saw.
Oh.
Well, all right, show me.
Oh,
This
boy.
guy in the suit here is, this guy in the suit is so interested, he looks like he's gonna re-erect something.
It's gonna be over. Here we go. It's gonna be case it's not there, and they're all. Oh wait. Oh hello.
Died.
There's a dead person
Well.
here.
Well.
No, Mr. Drummond, not you.
Right. Oh shit.
He had so much to live for. Potentially, maybe. Okay, not at all.
Well, you know, different
Wow.
strokes for different folks.
So on and so forth. Scooby Dooby Doo. See you next week. He's dead and the ambulance gone too. Now what?
Mr. Filch is dead.
We will have to find out what happened next week.
Son of a
Dun,
bitch.
dun, dun.
Look, this thing has really lame cliffhangers.
Well, I mean, this
Dun,
one.
dun.
I mean, this one has a literal death, so it's an improvement.
True.
I mean, we just think he's dead. He may just be knocked out.
Well, yeah. Well, still, I mean, you know.
Yeah,
a
oh yeah, he's
cliffhanger-
sleeping.
Yeah,
He's sleeping, as we say on
it's children's
Twitch.
television. I mean, it's
Yeah,
children's
that's kind of the whole
television,
thing
you
is
never know.
children's television. Even in the 70s, they didn't really kill people off on air.
This is British television. They
Fair.
absolutely did that. Like,
Fair.
the Brits did not give a shit about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's now time to shift to entertainment news. Like,
Do not entertain.
so where to start with? Okay, so we're going to be starting off this week with, of all things, MSNBC, because we got to talk about this. This
Rebrand.
Or was it? Or should we call it by its new name?
MS Now.
Yeah. So, Kevin, why don't you explain to people what the fuck is going on here?
Well, yes. as we noted in a prior episode, I think, the NBC Universal is splitting off, with NBC and Peacock in one barrel, and all of the cable networks in another barrel. That latter barrel, is going to be called Versant, and one of the networks in that barrel is the network currently known, and has been known since 1996, as MSNBC. But
I guess
because
if it's under a separate company than NBC, then changing the name makes.
Yeah, that's the reason why they're doing this, is because they're going to be disconnected from NBC, and they are currently hiring people to make up for the people that they're losing because they're being split off from NBC. And they're decided to go the extra mile by calling it MS Space Now, or is an acronym for My Source for News, Opinion, and the World. Of course, you can hardly get through that acronym without looking at the name and losing your mind and making jokes off of it, because it is very much mockable.
And the fact that they put a little stylized American flag in there, because it's Murica for liberals.
Is that what that's supposed to be? I have no idea what that's supposed to be.
Oh no!
It's supposed to make it more patriotic, so that way it's Murica for liberals.
Yeah, because they can't use the peacock anymore, so they had to bring up something, and they decided to do something stupid.
Honestly, well, first off, aside from was it a good idea to split the cable news from the network news, but I think one of the bigger mistakes they might have made here is underestimating the extent to which, if you break the acronym up that way, people will read MS as unmarried woman,
or multiple sclerosis,
or that.
Yes.
I just when I look at it broken that way, I read it as Ms.
Yes.
Now.
Yes. Like, it's called. Of course, everybody knows it's called MSNBC because the network was originally a 50-50 deal between NBC and Microsoft back in 1996 because internet.
Okay, I'll note that Microsoft hasn't had anything to do with MSNBC since like
I know,
and they never got rid of the MS.
Yeah, because it's a unique name. The name stuck, right? So, but yeah, it's like they decided to take out the NBC, but decided to keep the MS because they have to get so much close to the name. But
I mean, one of the jokes about it was the Maddow Show NBC, because that was literally the only thing on there worth watching at one point.
Yeah, true, but it's like still, it's like they decided to take the fact that they needed to rename because they can't cutely get away with being called CNBC, for instance, because CNBC is Consumer News and Business Channel. So they can keep the name. They just got to get rid of the peacock. MSNBC, you can't do that because it's literally Microsoft NBC, so they have to get rid of NBC, and the MS doesn't really matter much anymore. But it's still an important part of the name apparently. Although now you're gonna have a name.
So the name's made up and the points don't. So the name's made up and the points don't really matter.
Well, that would have been the case if they didn't have an acronym attached. But this is based off an acronym, so it's not necessarily completely irrelevant. Like,
I like how you glazed over the fact that I was making a Whose Line reference.
I know you were making a Whose Line reference. I know that, but you can't necessarily apply here because it would apply if there wasn't an acronym. Like if it was just simply MS Now and like you figure it out, yeah. But they literally have an acronym here, and it's stupid, but it's an acronym, so might as well be the network that was made out of.
Well, the VP's coming to the LZ. The VP's coming to the LZ and he's a VIP, and if the VP gets into an HLZ and ends up MIA, we'll all end up on KP.
Right. Exactly.
Is that MASH?
No, that's Good Morning Vietnam.
Okay.
So, But yeah, it's like, but yeah, that's it's. I don't know. I don't know when they said it would be happening exactly. I believe it's happening at any time really, when they decide that decide that the time is right to officially cut off. But yeah, I mean, like it's a name that everybody has mocked, both left and right, and it's not a good thing when the audience that you're trying to target doesn't want anything to do with it. So, yeah, good luck with that.
That's when we thought Paramount had problems.
I mean, this was going to happen regardless, honestly, because yeah, they had to do something to note that we're not involved with NBC anymore, and we can't use the Peacock, we can't use the NBC here. So they had to do something, but instead of a complete and total name change, which probably would have been appropriate here, they decided to try to get cute, and it doesn't work.
Isn't a lot of this coming down because NBC and Comcast kind of split up or something?
No, like I said, what happened is that NBC Universal has decided to put all of the cable networks, not just the news networks, but all of the cable networks, like USA and all the other ones too, as a completely separate company. So because of that, they have to separate themselves from NBC if they have direct links, like what we have here. Like they have to dump the Peacock logo. They have to get rid of NBC. CNBC doesn't have to worry about that because they're technically not, named after NBC. They're a consumer news and business channel, so they can keep that CNBC name. They're just going to have to dump the Peacock and probably the font because it's the NBC font, although apparently the new logo has the same font, but I don't know. But yeah, this is because Comcast is splitting the cable networks to this side while keeping NBC, Universal Pictures, and Peacock over here. Which is why apparently, eventually, there might be an NBC News Network, an NBC Sports Network again, even though they closed it down like a couple years ago. Especially considering they're going to have baseball again, apparently, which will be fun. So,
baseball.
Yeah. Anyhow.
All right.
The moral of the story is that it's really not cool the way that they have companies just combining and then rearranging the stuff they own, splitting stuff up, and every time they change it, some people get richer and most people get poorer.
Well,
Welcome
during
to
the
capitalism, my friend.
Yeah, well, after the era of good feelings came the era of good stealings, which brought about the Depression of 1890, where the 1,000 largest companies were combined into the 1,000 smallest companies were combined into the 200 largest companies.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we're now living in a time in which companies are going to get bigger, even though it's going to get to a point where they get so big they can't afford to be big. So,
well, we're kind of
and that's caused another collapse.
Well, we're kind of seeing that because, as you mentioned, NBC Universal is splitting up their cable assets into a different company, and that's happening. Warner Brothers Discovery is basically going to kind of demerge.
Yeah, basically doing the same thing with one set of networks with one set of properties over here, and then which is basically Warner Brothers and the studios involved with it over here, and then everything else over here.
But you know who's not doing that anymore?
Who?
Paramount. And that's that's a good a segue as any other to talk about Paramount, because we've got to talk about Paramount now because they are making, I believe, what Cardi B calls money moves. Because
the initial post-merger splash.
Well, more the post-merger splurge, because holy shit, Paramount now has money, and they are fucking throwing it around. Because,
let's
see.
Technically, sorry. I mean, I was going to say, technically we saw that with Warner Brothers after that merger too. So,
let me
let's break down here. Let's break down what we got here.
Well, we got to shift to Dirtbag Sports for a bit because because Paramount and Paramount Plus just signed a huge deal with UFC. As they have signed a 7-year, $7.7 billion media rights agreement. That's how you know Paramount has cash now. They can afford a $7.7 billion anything.
Yeah, well, this is also including CBS too, by the way. Let's note that because apparently they're
CBS
going to be
is
airing.
Paramount. Paramount owns CBS.
Well, yeah, but it's like this is a deal by Paramount for both Paramount Plus and also CBS. But yes, Paramount apparently, is getting all of the money that they have post merger and they're splurging it around. Well, let's hope it holds.
Well, I mean, they got to actually produce content now because of the fact that they canceled everything else under the sun.
Yeah, but they also got to come up with $2 billion in savings. And have you seen how much they've cut to the bone in the last couple years?
Well, to that point, and more relevant to the entertainment world is the 4-year deal that they just signed with the Duffler brothers. Now, if you don't know who the brothers Duffler are, they are the creators of Stranger Things.
Yep. And that series is also coming to an end. Their last season is going to be for the holidays this year.
Yeah, Stranger Things is coming to an end. I think there's some spin-off work, but it's also because their overall deal with Netflix is coming to an end in April of 2026.
Yeah, and the series is ending at the start of the year, start of 26. So time to move on.
Well, yeah. So the Duffler brothers are moving to Paramount, apparently, so they can make theatrical movies.
I mean, if you've seen Stranger Things, it's like it's very theatrical looking. So it should not be a surprise to anybody that they want to go the extra mile and actually make movies now.
Right. And they said specifically they want to make movies that are going to premiere in the theaters because Netflix, no matter how many or whatever special events that they do, they don't give a shit about theaters. They have been upfront about this. They
do not like theatrical. They know what buttered their bread, and it isn't theatrical.
Yeah, they only deal with theatrical as it is because that is either what their co-producing partners do, or that is what the Academy requires.
Right.
Otherwise, they are very much in favor of theaters burning down to the ground.
Yeah,
because
it'll benefit them.
Yeah, because they view the theater as competition. They do not. At best, they do not care about the theater. They, once again, they could make more money that way, but there is this thing called a business ethos. Their entire platform is geared towards streaming. It's why they don't do television distribution either.
Yep.
That's going against the things that make their business popular and plottable.
They do not like reruns. They do not like syndication.
Well, they don't. It's not that they hate reruns. I mean, that's kind of the appeal of their platform. You can watch whatever you want, whenever you want.
Right. It's just giving it to other, I guess you could say platforms or mediums, I guess is the better word here, considering we're talking about different. They hate other mediums. There's a streaming medium. There's a television medium. There is a theatrical medium. Netflix hates the other two and doesn't work with the other two unless they absolutely positively have to.
Yeah, and I know quite a few people hate this stance, but I'm like, guys, you do realize Netflix isn't a legacy media company. They didn't start in television. They didn't start in movies.
Yeah.
they got their start being a DVD rental business, and then when they went to content, that it was all digital, over the counter streaming, as we call it now.
Yeah.
So
They
that's
just
it.
they just managed to pivot well.
They pivoted well and at the right time and before everybody else.
Yeah. Basically, they don't have these old ties to old media that they have to keep afloat due to one reason or another.
Right.
So,
just like Amazon back in the day, like they were a book business out of somebody's garage, and then all of a sudden they got big and they got too big, and all the retailers went, "Wait, what?" Same thing with Netflix. It's like they started out as a DVD rental business, and then they decided to make content, although it's basically television movies themselves, and everybody saw that they were getting big numbers, and wait, what? Like it's the same thing happening again.
And Paramount's still not done because, or at least potentially, because they are in talks with Legendary for a movie distribution deal.
That's a big one right there.
Yeah.
Because they haven't had one in a good long while, so.
Well, they've been partnering up with Sony and Warner Brothers.
They used to have a deal with Universal, but then that went there, and then they've done the whole bit with Sony and Warner Brothers, and now it looks like they want to go over to Paramount, starting with Street Fighter. So.
Oof.
Well, I mean, you never know.
But
considering the wild cast that they put together for that, so.
But it might be important to explain who Legendary is.
Legendary Pictures.
They're the production house behind the MonsterVerse franchise and the modern day Doom franchise. So they've had a lot of success with Warner Brothers, less so with Sony.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the Book of Clarence or The Machine?
No.
And once again, you kind of gave the game away here, but their next film out of Sony is going to be the new Street Fighter, which is not going to be good.
I mean, at least it may not be good, but it might be good enough to make money, which is what the point is. But we'll see.
No, I suppose, but my biggest worry is this is going to be as forgettable as Uncharted. Like,
I mean, considering the cast that they have, it may not be that, because at least they might do stupid things to at least make that memorable in a funny way.
Yeah. Also worth noting, for whatever reason, Legendary has the live-action rights to Gundam.
Oh, God.
Hasn't that been kind of like in development hell since forever?
I believe so.
I don't think a specific project. It's just the IP itself.
Yeah, according to the Hollywood Reporter here, apparently the feature is set to star Sydney Sweeney, who is working very closely with director Jim Mickle on the script.
Sydney Sweeney, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I suppose we got to talk about that.
Yeah, because yeah. I mean, it's actually backfired for American Eagle because the foot traffic's down and everything else. But
go for it.
Yeah, well,
I have to
honestly,
ask one quick question though.
Girl.
It's the American
Among
Eagle
other
girl.
things.
That American Eagle, well, I guess we have to talk about this, and it's stupid and makes me roll my eyes, considering I saw signage all over the front of the American Eagle store at my local mall a couple weeks ago, so, But yeah, apparently American Eagle, which is basically mostly a mall-based clothing retailer, if you ever go to a mall, you'll see an American Eagle store. It's one of the most prominent stores in any mall. But they did an ad campaign with Sydney Sweeney here, and a campaign saying that she has, quote, she has great genes, which to a certain ear, genes, Jeans, would in fact be Genes, and we're talking about a white girl.
The text of the ad is very much.
It's very clear.
How you get your genes from family and whatever.
Right, but
yeah,
it's stupid, but let's just say that
it's one of those. It's one of those. You thought you were clever, Mo.
Yeah, it's such a clever, but for a lot of
we heard your dog whistle on the other side of the earth.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like
we heard your dog whistle on the other side of the earth.
Yeah, a lot of people just rolled their eyes at the dog whistle and didn't really care much about it. But of course, enough people on the left, but enough people did hear it and act upon it to where the right is going nuts about. Oh, you're just,
I feel the pertinent point to bring up here is the fact that Sydney Sweeney herself has not said a fucking word, and that everybody else is just fighting a proxy war on her behalf because she once registered to vote Republican.
Which yeah, I mean, it would really, solve a lot of
Conservatives
things
are
one way
trying
or the
desperately
other.
to claim her, and she's just incommunicado now.
Yeah, and it's probably why the campaign is obviously failing, because foot traffic is down sharply. Which, considering it's been back to school season the last month and a half, well.
Now considering now it's funny that the Conservatives are claiming her, because I mean her most prominent roles to date are being in Euphoria.
Of course it's hypocritical.
Right, being in Euphoria, crashing and burning in Madam Web, and being in some other extremely left-leaning piece of trash.
Oh, could I also I should also note, she was in the second season of a certain series where she is a, quote, pious and obedient girl from a totalitarian and theocratic state.
Oh. Well, that seals it.
Yes! As a matter of fact, she played Eden Spencer, a pious and obedient girl from the totalitarian theocratic Republic of Gilead. Way to play the form there, girl.
I mean, but that's like 1 for 4. Doesn't really seal the deal. I don't think anybody has any business claiming her. I feel like that's taking away her.
Nobody. I don't think anybody in the left wants to claim her at this point.
Well, and she hasn't said anything in her defense at this point, to my knowledge.
Yeah. Well,
she's just been laying. You know what? This is the smartest move I've ever seen from an entertainer when a political shitstorm comes up in their name.
I mean,
she's just laying low and not having anything to do with it.
I mean, on the one hand, I think she should probably say something at this point, considering everything. But on the other hand, she's probably waiting for this campaign to end and for shit to cool down before saying shit. Or maybe she doesn't say shit at all and just whistles.
As long as she doesn't say something incredible. Right, but you see, she's not saying anything dumb in the heat of the moment, which is politics du jour today.
Yeah, true enough. She hasn't said anything stupid.
She's letting it settle down. She's letting it settle down before she says anything, if she says anything at all.
True enough, which is a lot better than a lot of people in her situation would be.
Right, it's oddly refreshing.
Oddly is the word, yes.
She's not trying to reap the whirlwind here.
No, which would be very fucking easy to do. Like, she would be on Fox News all the fucking time if she had said something at this point. So, the fact that she's laying low and ain't moving until she says so, like, it's an improvement.
All right.
So
We've
is
covered the
that
pertinence here.
yeah.
We are literally at the 2 hour mark right now.
Yeah. So should we just
We started
call
at
it right
11 after 9
Yeah. So should we
or
call it
11
right
after
here?
8. So the question is there anything pertinent that we need to at least address, even if we don't go in depth about it this week?
No, I think we're good.
I think we're good for the week. Yeah.
Well, I don't even need to consult the notes for next week's guest. Next week, I'm going to be looking forward to very fondly because my good friend Sabrina Pandora will be returning to the program. But Adam, would you like to remind our viewers who she is and what she's about?
She is the artist for Giant Girl Adventures, Giants of the Earth, if I'm remembering correctly. Or is she the
Now
writer?
we had her on the program during season 16 during our return to form, if I remember correctly, back in 2022. So
On the list from that time, but yeah. So she had a Kickstarter to promote recently. Fortunately, with the scheduling being what it is, she's showing up a bit after that's concluding. But we'll still talk about it.
yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Always nice to be able to revisit with old friends. I'll go through the archive of episodes that I still have on my channel because I'm sure that's where she's residing. I haven't moved all that over yet, so. All right. Well, again, special thanks to our guest for this week, and look forward to next week. And that's it. I'm getting echo from you, Kevin.
I don't know what it's from because I'm not doing anything. So, but yeah.
All right. So until then, I'm your host, Mac Paladin. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, kids.